Ujambo na karibu sana mtazamaji wangu katika Bonyeza Star TV. Hapo ndo unapata habari ya kila tukio ambalo linatukia hapa nchini Kenya na pia kote katika East Africa. Na kwa mara ya kwanza hapa Maseno, kiongozi wa wanafunzi, mweza kujiuzuru kutoka ofisini kwa sababu ambazo amesema kwamba hazingeweza kuepukika. Kwa hivyo hivi leo tuna mgeni ambao ni amazing sana, mgeni ambao amebobea sana katika lugha ya Kimombo. Tunaenda kuzungumza naye, atuambie sababu na pia aweke wazi mambo mengi sana kuhusu kujiuzuru kwake na kuhusu mambo ya transparency na mambo ya uaminifu katika uongozi. Karibu sana mgeni wetu. So kindly introduce yourself and tell us more about yourself.
Thank you so much, Uncle, for having me here. My name is Hawah Maria Kone. I'm a second year student taking environmental science with IT, and yes, I am the resigned Somu'S treasurer. Thank you.
Oh, fine. So we'll go straight to the point. How does it feel being a leader?
Being a leader is...
Especially a student leader.
Being a student leader is an honor and a privilege, especially serving in the only university along the equator, Maseno University. This is because I get to interact with so many students with different opinions and ideas and ideologies. I also get to sit down with DVCs and VCs. Well, when being a normal student, I could not have gotten that chance. So it's a real honor and privilege.
Now, Hawah, on Monday 11th March 2019, you posted on a CPP that you've resigned as the treasurer of the Somu'S. Now, what was the reason?
I decided to resign officially yesterday, Monday 11th, because I had been pushed to the wall in the docket, that in the post that I was holding. The docket of the treasurer was being disrespected, and as the sitting in charge of that docket, I had no other option. Issues to do with transparency started way back when the Somu'S budget was drafted by the Secretary General of the Union, and my signature was forged. Upon me making inquiries, I was given stories of animals. I went and reported to the administration, and I am disappointed to report that nothing was done. After that incident, more money have been withdrawn from the Somu'S account without the knowledge of the treasurer, who is me. So it would be very difficult for me to account for the Somu'S finances. The last incident that prompted my resignation letter had been after I had gone to the topmost offices of the administration and reported the impunity that was happening within the union. While in that office, our immediate boss was called in regards to the same matter, and I was advised that there should be a meeting where all the union executive would sit down and iron issues out. Again, no meeting was called for. I personally texted the Secretary General. I called him, as he's the one authorized to call for Somu'S meetings. As an office holder, the utmost disrespect came about when I discovered the withdrawal of 630,000, which were well documented for, except for a false minutes of a meeting that was purportedly held by the Executive Council to release funds for an event under the docket of the Secretary General, Cultural Heritage. I tried to make inquiries from the other executive members, who were also as shocked as I was, as there was no meeting. Thus, I sat down and drafted my letter.
Do you think the admin has teamed up with the Somu'S officials to disrespect your office?
Now, Kenry, it's important that I clarify. It is not Somu'S officials. It is just the Secretary General and the chairperson who are out to disrespect my office.
Now, do you think the Secretary and the chairperson are siding with maybe the admin to disrespect your office?
To some point, I think yes. I think they actually are on the side of the Secretary General and the chairperson, because Had they been neutral when I went to report, actual actions would have been taken. We have gone to the office of the Director Students Affairs together with the very able Vice Chair of Maseno University. And every day it is just stories upon stories and nothing is being done. So yes, to some point the administration is signing up.
So even if maybe things were put in order, you would never go back to that office of being a treasurer?
If things were put to order, I would actually go back to the docket, because campaigning, I put so much zeal, emotional, physical strength and attachment to this, because it really meant a lot for me that I sit in that office and I actually make a difference within Maseno.
What is that change that you feel must be done for you to go back to your office? What is that change?
As at now, the milk has already been spilled and there is not much that can be done. So what can be done is in regards to the next office which is coming. Transparency should be increased and follow-up should be done in regards to how finances are being withdrawn and how they're being used. For instance, in my tenure as a secretary, as a treasurer, contingency and office float money, I do not know where that money goes to. I have only received 5,000 as an office holder. I have been in office for 4 months and there is no contingency fee that has been reimbursed to me, as much as I go to see sick people in hospitals, as much as we are involved, as much as I'm involved in the daily health and especially health issues in regards to the students. For example, the major thing that I can say I really did passionately was in regards to the ambulance. Students used to call me at 3 in the night, at 2, at 12, at 11. Hawah, I am not feeling well. I immediately call back and make sure the ambulance gets to them and they're taken to hospital. And I also make follow-up on how they are in hospital. And this the students can attest to. So, inquiring about the contingency and office float, I was told that I do not have a physical office, so I am not entitled to an office float. This, by the Secretary General, left me shell-shocked.
Do you think some officials are misusing students' funds?
Yes, it's sad that I report that indeed some of the Somu officials are misusing the students' funds, because as a Somu treasurer, I am not aware of up to 80% of where the Somu funds go to. If as a treasurer I am not aware how much money is being withdrawn and for what purposes, what about that student who just contributes 300 per semester? They are not even aware what is the total pool in the account of Somu.
Now that you announced publicly that you've resigned as a treasurer in the Somu, how are the students out there taking that?
Students have different opinions, the good, bad, neutral. And from our public university platform, CPP, the posts there made by a very renowned blogger, C.D. Achari, you will see the reactions that students feel. And there was one post which really touched me, where a former treasurer wished that she had the courage to do what I did, because she's also a witness that Somu Treasurer Office is an office that is just there for show, and in real sense it is the Secretary General and the chairperson who run that office.
Now, rumors has it that one of the things that's made you to be elected in that post of being a treasurer is because of your beauty, right? You know, everybody can see that you're so beautiful. So, like, did it influence your election to that post?
Now, Uncle One, I am humbled. You think so? Well, in regards to me being elected because I'm beautiful, I will not comment directly. But what I can see, beauty with brains is what got me to where I am today.
you have the looks, right? You're beautiful. Now, do students like disturb you every time they see you? Know, I have to greet the treasurer, I have to say hi, I have to be able to get the number. Like, do you receive such kind of treatment?
Well, of course, I do.
Then how do you deal with that?
Well, I cannot really say that guy students disturb me, really, because before vying for the Somu'S treasurer, I was a student, and most of these people, I know them, and I still know them up to date. So I am not really caught off guard when I see a group of people who come and hug me and they're just excited to see me. That is expected. Plus, I am a very happy person. Like, when you just see me from a distance, you will want to come and say hi. So I do not take it as them disturbing me, really.
Now, as Bonyeza Star TV, we've had rumors that you want to vie for the big post of being a Secretary General. What's your take on that? Is it true that you want to be a Secretary?
As at now, seated in the studios of Bonyeza Star TV, no, I do not want to vie for any seat come the next election in the Somu.
Do you want to be a politician outside our university?
No, it is not part of my goals in life.
So most of the student leaders end up being politicians after school. Like for example, Babo Wino was once a student leader in the University of Nairobi. So what prompted you to vie for that seat, and yet you didn't want to become a politician after school?
Well, I felt very strongly about the issues that the office of the treasurer touches, which is health, environment, and finances. So I vied because I wanted to make a change, especially in the health department in Maseno University.
Now, have you achieved your dream of maybe making changes in the health department in Maseno University?
Unfortunately, I have not been able to. This is because of the incapacitation to the administration to heed to cries and outcries of what is actually happening. And that is why no wonder Maseno University, people tend to go along Lucia Highway very many times, because issue of dialogues is not really taken seriously. For example, in Maseno University, when you go to the university hospital, and at that time there is no medicine, it's normal for a hospital to run out of stock of a certain medicine. You're supposed to go to the chemist, and when you come with the receipt to the hospital, you're supposed to be reimbursed. I know so many students who are yet to be reimbursed from up to last year's receipts. The university still has them, and chances that they're going to be reimbursed are very thin. I would, however, want to register my appreciation for the ambulance team. They are really responsive. When you call them, the ambulance quickly responds and makes its way through the driver to where there is an emergency. And if the emergency cannot be treated in Maseno, they very gladly drive the casualty all the way up to Kisumu and offer transport back.
What's your take on corruption in Kenya?
There is corruption in Kenya. Fact. Fact 2, corruption is going to leave. Corruption is here to stay. Fact 3, corruption starts right at the primary levels or even lower. When you have a friend who's a class prefect and you make noise, and when your name is written on that paper, tell that person to release your name because they're your friends. Corruption is inculcated into the upbringing of our children, who boils down to become corrupt in their places of work, in their places of leadership positions. Corruption is there in the government, corruption is there in the student unions of the universities. And to curb this, transparency should be key. and the anti-corruption unit should really pull up the socks and actually do something about the cases which are reported.
So recently we were mourning the death of your brother Regan, who was an actor in Selena in the Maisha Magic list. Now, how do you cope with that, bearing in mind that you've resigned recently too from the post of being a treasurer? Like, how do you cope with that?
It has been some very tough weeks over the past couple of the last couple of weeks have been really tough for me on a personal level and for my family, having losing Lohun Koni, who was our brother, and again me resigning, which was a step that really took a lot of courage and reconsideration. However, we are rest assured that Koni is in a better place, and we are going to meet him sooner rather than later. And in regards to me resigning, the support and understanding that comrades have shown and my personal friends has really held me through the comments that other people choose to make in regards to this thing.
It was so sad for all of us. You know, I'm also an actor. We really felt bad that we lost Koni, but may his soul rest in peace. Now, away from that, do you have a boyfriend?
I knew you were going to ask that, and yes, I have an amazing boyfriend.
Now, is he a student or maybe a politician like you've been?
No, he's not. He's a software engineer who is the founder of Conloop Technology that does software engineering stuff and develop applications and do web, that develops application. He was a student here in Maseno sometimes back though.
Thank you so much for coming, but before you go, what's your parting shot?
Thank you so much for having me, Uncle. It has been real fun sitting here with you and sharing insights on rumors and speculations going around. My parting shot would be, dare to dream. Dreams is what keeps us awake at night. You seeing yourself in that big mansion, driving that V8, going for vacations in Paris, those are the things that are going to drive you to actually work harder and work smarter. You wake up at 4 in the morning because people are supposed to wake up early. Successful people wake up early, but why are you waking up early? The moment you establish your whys, you're going to be able to propel yourself to achieve things that are beyond your imagination. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hawah, for coming to Bonyeza Star TV. Thank you so much. Shukrani sana mtazamaji kwa kutazama Bonyeza Star TV. Tumekuwa na guest moja ambaye ni amazing sana. Ameweka wazi mambo mengi sana ambayo amekuwa akienea aswa hapa chuoni Maseno. Kwa hivyo tunakushukuru sana mtazamaji kwa kutazama haya mahojiano. Usisahau kusubscribe katika Bonyeza Star TV. Naitwa Mjomba Kendrin. Hadi wakati mwingine. Have a blessed time.